everyone, welcome to another video of programming in C. In this video we are going to see a new topic about C, which is looping. So what is looping? Before knowing looping, let us see what are the topics which we are going to cover in this particular video. There first we will see what is loop, then see what are the types of loop we have in C, then we will see some looping basics. Then the first loop is while loop. Then we will see some small examples in while loop. And so let's first start. What is a loop? So this is the thing which is in book. So in normal layman view, what is loop? If you do a work repeatedly, for a certain period of time, then it's a loop. Similarly, in C also, if you want to execute a set of instructions for a limited period of time, then it's called as a loop. As I shown here, the flowchart, there will be a condition. If that condition is true, then conditional code, that means the instructions which we want to execute will be executed. Again we check the condition. Until and unless the condition is false, the block with the written conditional code will be executed. So this is a loop. That means the instructions you want to execute time after time for a limited period of time. That means there will be a condition. So if that condition is true, the execution of those code will be happened. If that condition is false, then there will be no execution of those instructions. Fine. So this is a loop. So in C, there are some scenarios where we need loop. Fine. I can give example, like if somebody tell you to print your name 10 times or to print numbers from 1 to 100. So we have printf statement. If I will write my name, if I want to print my name 10 times, I can write 10 printf statements. So instead of writing 10 printf statement, if I will repeat a single printf statement for 10 times, that's a loop. To do the work, to execute a single printf statement for 10 times is done using loop. Similarly, it is for 10 times. If somebody tell you to print your name for 100 times, can you write 100 lines? You have to write the thing in 100 times. So writing 100 times, it is better use a loop. Fine. So it's a basic concept. The loop is used in every programming language. It can be a small programming language, easy programming language, or a very difficult programming language, or in day-to-day life also we normally use loops. Fine. So if a loop will be end in a certain limit of time, it's a finite loop. If the loop is unending, that means the condition which is given will never false, then it's a infinite loop. Fine. So let us see what are the types of loop we have in C. So the basic loop types which we have in C are while loop, for loop, do while loop, and similar to as in if we have nested if, here also we have nested loops. Fine. So what is a nested loop? If you use a loop within a loop, then it's a nested loop. We will see different examples of nested loop. Fine. So for now, while loop is the basic loop which we have in C. Then we have for loop. Then we have do while loop. So these are the three types of loop which we have in C. Basic three types of loop in C. There is the nested if, as like nested if, we have nested loop here. Fine. So let us see some basic thing of loop. So every loop in C have these 5 things. Every loop must have these 5 things. You need a loop name. You need a loop name. It can be while, it can be for, it can be do while. That's a loop name. After loop name, you need a loop condition. So what is the loop condition? Loop condition is the entry and exit condition. Fine. If the condition is true, we will enter into the loop. That means until and unless the condition is false, the number of statements which are written inside the loop will be executed. That is loop condition, entry and exit condition. Then we need a initialization. Initialization in loop are very important because we need a starting point. Whenever you are drawing a circle, we need a starting point. Similarly, if loop is a circle, we need a starting point from where we can start, and that particular starting point is known as a initialization point. So every loop have a initialization position, or every loop need a initialization. Then we need a loop body, instruction or instructions that will be executed within the loop, or the instruction which we the programmer or the user want to execute in a loop. That's a loop body. And at last we need a loop controller, a incrementer or decrement. So what is loop controller? The loop controller is a instruction or expression. It can be an instruction, it can be an expression which controls the loop condition. Depending on loop condition, the number of time the loop will be executed is dependent. So the number of time, the number of time, it is loop controller. It controls the number of time the loop will be executed, the instructions inside the loop will be executed. So these 5 things is very much important in every loop. Not only in C programming language, in every programming language, wherever you will see there is a loop, these 5 things must required. Fine. So what are the things? We need a loop name, then we need a loop condition, we need an initialization, we need loop body, at last we need a loop controller. Fine. So now let us see the first loop or the basic loop, which is while loop in C. While loop. As I mentioned here, while loop is a C programming repeatedly executed statement as long as a given condition is true. Fine. This statement most basic C loop we can while loop repeatedly. See, the while loop is nothing but it's a we can see or we can tell it's a repeating if statement. It's a repeating if statement because if the condition is true, then only the loop body or the instructions which are written inside the while loop will be executed. That means depending on the condition, the loop is dependent. It is dependent that the loop will execute or not on the condition. So we can say on other way, it is known as the repeated if statement can be converted into a while loop. Fine. So here is the syntax. We need to write while. After while, within bracket, we have to write the condition. That means here while is our loop name. The condition is our loop condition. That means entry and exit condition. After that, under we have to start our curly braces and end curly braces. Within the start and end curly braces, we have to write the statements. The statements or statement to statement includes the loop body as well as the loop controller. So where is the initialization? For while loop, initialization is done before starting of loop. That means whenever you are writing while loop, before starting while loop, you have to initialize. That means you have to set the starting point before the loop is started. Fine. So for while loop, the thing is that first we have to initialize it. After that, we will start the while loop, writing while, within bracket we will write the loop condition, within the curly braces of while we will write the loop body and the loop controller. So we have all 5 things. So how it works? It works like this. First, initialized, that means the compiler know that from where it have to start. Then it will check the condition in the while. If the condition is true, then only the statements will be executed. Again it will come to the condition, again it will check. If the condition is true, then again it will execute. So this process will continue until unless the condition which is written in while is false. Until it is true, it will be executed. So like this, the while loop works. That is why while loop is also known as repeated if statement. Fine. So this is the thing. This is the flowchart of while loop. So here you can see condition. First we will check the condition. If the condition is satisfied, then only the code block or the loop body will be executed. Fine. Again we have to again it will go to the loop condition. See here, it is the condition or the loop condition. If it is true, then it will go to the code block where the statement or loop body will be executed. Again after that it will go back to the condition. It will check again the condition. If that condition is true, again code block will come. If the condition is false, it will go directly to the false part, and just after the while, whatever maybe you will write, that will be executed. Fine. So here as I told, first we have to initialize it. First it will come initialization, then while, which is our loop name, within bracket loop condition, then within the curly braces of while the loop body and the loop controller. Fine. So like this the while loop is written. Fine. Next, let us go see some small programs by which we can understand the while loop very easily. So what are the thing? First we will write small 3 programs. First we will write the program to print name 10 times. Then we will write to print numbers from 1 to 10. Then we will write print multiplication table of any number given by the user. Fine. So let us first understand how those things can be done. Then we will see the program. Fine. Let us start. So let us first see how while loop is written. So as I mentioned earlier, first we have to write the initialization, then while, within that condition, within the curly braces loop body and the loop controller. So yeah, we can write the while loop like this. So let us now see the questions or the problems which are given, how we can convert that into a program using while loop. So first thing is to print your name 10 times. So the way, we have 2 ways we can print our name 10 times. The first way is we can write 10 consecutive printf statements, or else we can use one printf statement for 10 times. So suppose I is a variable which will be initialized by 1 and it will go up to 10 because we have to print our name 10 times. Fine. So we can write while I less than or equal to 10 within the curly braces printf the name then the incrementer or decrementer. Right? So what happened here? I is initialized by 1, that means the starting point is 1. Then while I less than equal to 10, until unless the value of I is less than 10, the loop will be continue. Fine. So let us see how it work. See, for initially, what is the value of I? The value of I is 1. Fine. So here we will check I, that means 1 less than equal to 10. It's true or false? Yes, it's true. That means we will print my name first. Then it is incremented I plus plus, that means you can see the operator video where I have explained what is plus plus. Plus plus means I plus plus indicates I is equal to I plus 1. Whatever may be the value of I, it will be incremented by 1. Fine. So the value of I is 1. So now it's 2. Again it will go to while I, the value of I is now 2. Is 2 less than equal to 10? Yes, it is less than 10. Then again the name will be printed. Again incremented. So now the value is 3. Again it will go to the while. 3 less than equal to 10. Yes, it is less than equal to 10. Then again name will be printed. Again it will be incremented. So now the value is 4. Again 4 less than equal to 10. Yes, it is true. So name again printed. Again incremented. Value is 5. So like this it will increment 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When it is 9 and incremented to 10. So here 10 less than equal to 10. Yes, it is true. So name will be printed. Again I will be incremented to 11. So when 11 is, when the I value of I is 11, the condition will be is 11 is less than equal to 10. No, it's false. When it is false, then the loop body will be not executed. These statements which we will write after the while will be executed. So the name is printed for 10 times, starting from 1 to 10. After 10, when the I value was 11, it is false. The condition I less than equal to 10 is false. That means it will not go to the loop or inside the loop. Fine. So like this the while loop will occur or work. So now let us see to print the number for 10 times. Print the number for or print 1 to 10. So same we will take here the I value if I is equal to 1, the initialization, and our question is to print the value 1 to 10. Same thing while I less than equal to 10, print percentile D I plus plus. Fine. So the initial point is I is 1. Yes, the condition is true. I is printed. 1 is printed. Then I is when incremented. Again it will go to check the condition. Yes, condition is true. Again I is printed, incremented. Condition is true. I is printed, incremented. Yes, again condition is true. I printed, incremented. So when we go like this, so 5, your 5, 6, your 6, 7, 7, incremented to 8, 8, incremented to 9, 9, incremented to 10, 10, incremented to 11. When it was incremented to 11, the condition is false. So that means no I will be printed, nor it will be incremented. It will go directly from here to end of the, or it will execute whatever statement written after the while loop. Fine. So writing while loop is very simple. Just you have to know from where you have to start and when you have to end it. That means the initialization and the condition, loop condition is very important. So to control the loop condition, again you need a loop controller, which is also very important because you have to control the condition, entry or exit condition. If you don't control the entry or exit condition, the loop will be infinite loop. It will never end. Fine. So let us now go and see how this thing can be written in our compiler. We will see it, compile it, and we will see the output. Fine. And at last we will do the program for printing multiplication table for a number which is given by the user. Fine. So let us go. So here we are in our compiler. As I mentioned earlier in my videos also, this is Dev C++. The compiler name is Dev C++, and the download link is available in my description. You can download from that. So this is the first program which I told you to print name 10 times. So I little bit modified this program that the user will give how many number of time he or she want to print his or her name. Fine. So for now, initially I have fixed the name. I fixed my name. So how many number of time he or she want to print it. So simple. As I mentioned earlier also, we have to start from stdio.h, which is our header file and preprocessor command. Then in main file, we have taken two variables a and n, where in n we will store the number of time the user want to print the name, and a is a variable to initialize or to give the compiler the initial position or static position of the loop. Fine. And the condition as I given, n greater than equal to a, n greater than equal to a, until unless the value of n is greater than the value of a, the loop will be executed. So why n greater than a? Because see, if the user will give 10, that means the value of n is 10 and the value of a will start from 1. That means the value of a should go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then 10. That is why the n value is greater. That is why the condition is if n is greater than or equal to a. Until and unless this condition is satisfied, the name will be printed. Fine. So let us now compile it and run it. So here the compilation is done. Then run it. So first, as I mentioned, it will first ask the user how many number of time you want to print the name. So here enter the number of time you want to print your name. Let us give 10 because our question is to print the name 10 times. When you press enter, it will print your name 10 times. See, here the numbers are also there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the name is printed for 10 times. Press any key to go back. So let us try beyond 10, whether it is working or not. Let us see that. Compile or run it. So let us give now 20. We need to print our name 20 times. Enter. Yes, it's working. Here see 1 to 20. The name is printed 20 times. Fine. Now to go to the next program, which is print numbers from 1 to 10. So a single variable we need, n is equal to 1, and from 1 to we will go up to 10. As I told you, the condition will be n less than equal to 10. The number value of n will be incremented from 1 to 10 and the condition will be checked. Fine. So let us now again run it, see whether how it works or how the output come. I am telling you these programs are already executed, or sorry, already compiled. and saved. See, the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because the question is to print a 1 to 10. Fine. If you want to print 1 to 100 or 1 to 200 or 100 to 100 or 100 to 400, just change the initial position and the condition. Fine, it will work fine. So let us try it. Let us now print 20 to 50. So the initial position will be 20. So let us change the value here. We will change n is equal to 20 and we will print up to 50. So whenever I told you, whenever you will do some change in your program, saved program, before running it, compile it. Otherwise it will not accept the changes. So compile, now run. So it should print numbers from 20 to 50. So the output is, you can see, this starting from 20 to 50. Fine. Press any key to go back. So the program is doing well. Now the last program is to print the multiplication table and the number which is given by the user. That means if the user will give 2, we have to print the multiplication table of 2. Fine. So normally in multiplication table, what we do, if we want to write the multiplication table of 2, we will write 2 1 0 2 or 2 into 1 is equal to 2 of 2 into 10 is equal to 20. Fine. So the number which is given by the user is fixed. It is 2. And multiplication with the number is also fixed. It will go from 1 to 10. And the answer. So here is the program. It's a very small little program. See, I have just entered the number or asked the number to the user of which number you want the multiplication table. The user given the number which is stored in the n. My initial position is 1 because the multiplication table starts from 1 to 10. Fine. So in a while condition, I have written here a less than 11. I can also write there a less than equal to 10. Fine. So again the writing condition, the condition which is written inside the while loop or any loop in C is totally dependent on the programmer. The programmer can write the condition according to him or her. I can write here a less than equal to 10. I can also write here a less than 11. Both the condition will work same way. Fine. So, and in printf, I have written here %d into %d is equal to %d. So, what are the values? For first %d, the number given by the user, which is n. For second %d, the incrementer or the initialization point a, because the a value will be increased from 1 to 10. Fine. And the third value is the multiplication of the number given by the user and the value of a. Fine. So I have written here the first %d is for n, second %d is for a, and third %d is for n into a. You can directly write an expression within a within a printf statement. Fine. The output will directly go there. Fine. Let us now run it and see how it works. See, the output is print multiplication table for, let us give some number 9. I want to print the multiplication table of 9. So I will give 9 and enter. So here you can see 9 1s are 9, 9 2s are 18, 9 3s are 27, 9 4s are 36. So here at last 9 10s are 90. So like this you can print multiplication table of any given number given by the user. Fine. So for today's video, while loop is nothing, it's very easy to write and very basic loop in C. In next videos, we will see different new programs, new concepts, how to use while for different kind of problem and the solution. The next series of videos will come for a particular problem. There will be one single video. Fine. So till that, do like and share my video and subscribe my channel. If you need any problem, if you have any problem or any complaint or suggestion, whatever may be, just comment me and I will reply you. Fine. So do subscribe my channel. Till that, thank you.